we have a tendency as human beings to fight and resist what we don't like in our life, what we want to change. We fight and resist in order to change. I mean, think about it. We fight, we argue, we blame, we criticize, we resent, we gossip about it, and sometimes we even go to war in order to change that reality and create something better. And we do that individually, and we do that as a collective together. And then we wonder why life is so dysfunctional for so many of us. We wonder why is it that life keeps on creating, perpetuating certain situations, both individually and as a collective for all of us. And as Ralph Waldo Emerson said, the reason why the world is broken and lacks so much unity is because man between himself is broken and disunited between himself. And I think this is such a powerful quote, because the moment we stop fighting what is outside and we start looking at what is it that is in me, that is creating this, that is attracting this, that is keeping this alive in my reality again and again and again, this is truly when things start to change. You see, we play this game of life, but we don't understand the rules. Many of us don't even know the rules. And we don't see that life is simply a mirror. We don't understand the concept that as within, so without. And so the more we fight the mirror, the more it tends to persist, because what you resist persists. So you see a lot of people struggle with toxic relationship, right? And they ghost people and they ban people and they watch so many videos and interview, and they spend so much energy focusing on all those energy suckers and toxic people out there. But those people never realize or never pay attention that very, very often they have a very toxic relationship with themselves, meaning they have a negative self-image, a poor attitude, a lot of negative self-thought, they belittle themselves, they judge other people, and they never realize how toxic their own consciousness is and how this is being reflected in their own life. So as creators of our own life, if we want to make significant changes in our life, we must to start changing our approach to reality. We must start to see that life right now is reflecting certain conditions to us. Many are great, some are not so good, and others maybe suck. But we have to realize that I have a part of responsibility in everything I see and experience through my perception, my mental activity, my beliefs, and what I do and how I respond about it. And so the moment we take responsibility and the moment we reverse this pattern and we start to go inside of us and we start to work on ourselves, work on our perception, work on our belief, work on our self-image, our identity, our anger issue, all our fears, our sadness, our shame and guilt that we hold in ourselves, the moment we start to transcend all of this, all of a sudden situation, time, people, places start to change because we have changed. And so as creators, we cannot be a victim, because when you blame the external world, the out world for your condition and situation, you go into this victim mode and you feel like powerless and helpless. And when you do that, you disempower yourself. You are as far as possible from being a conscious creator of your own life. But to truly be a conscious creator of your reality, you must to take responsibility first, to become first what you want to be, to give first what you want to have, to be the person to lead by example, so to speak. And this is not always easy to do because your ego likes to get in the way, and your ego likes to blame others, right? To justify when they change, when he gets out of the office, when that person apologizes, and when this happened, or when I get that money, or when that law changed, then I'll be happy, right? And so we get into that trap of perpetual struggle simply because we don't realize the power that we hold and how we have misplaced that power, blaming the world, blaming the mirror, blaming what we see, and failing to see how we have contributed through all our life experiences to create the same moment of reality in which we live in. And so we gotta be honest with ourselves, and we gotta stop fighting the mirror. Instead, we gotta start looking at What is this situation, this event, that pattern that keeps on happening? What is it reflecting back to me? How did I create that? What is the projection that I have? How is it reflecting something in my self-image? What deep belief do I hold? How is it my projection, my perception that is creating this situation? And sometimes the answer will be right there in front of you. And sometimes it will require you to look deeper in your shadow, in those aspects and part of you that you have no conscious awareness of yet, so that you can start shedding light in the deep corners of your mind. And then you gotta start projecting something. I had a client many years ago who was complaining all the time about how people stopped smiling, how people used to be happy, and he used to go down the street and they would smile and it would be such a nice environment. And now everybody's busy, nobody has time, nobody cares, nobody's smiling anymore, everybody's giving the face. And you see what he didn't realize when I asked him, when you go down the street, do you smile at people? And his response was very defensive. No, if they don't smile at me, why would I? And so I gave him the simple task of going down the street and smiling genuinely at people for no reason. And he texted me, oh my God, I got it. Because he understood in that moment that when he started smiling, people started smiling right back. And so sometimes as fast as this, life can start reflecting something brand new at you, but you gotta initiate, you gotta give first, you gotta become first, you gotta come from that state of consciousness that will become match, and you gotta sustain this. So you gotta start projecting a better identity about yourself, better higher quality thought about yourself. You gotta start creating a better relationship with both yourself and with the world. And too often we harbor so many negative beliefs about the world. You know, things like life is tough, people are out there to get you, you can't trust anybody, you gotta struggle and sacrifice in order to be successful, nothing good comes easy, life is gonna knock you down every chance it gets. We get all those crazy ideas about life. And then we wonder, why do we live in such a world? Why do we keep on experiencing certain things when those are the ideas that we hold deeply about what life and the world is like? And so life is simply going to reflect back to you your deepest belief. And so many of those beliefs, we simply got it from movies, we simply got it from our parents, we simply got it from random experiences. And then experiences start to reinforce that belief, because you're like, yeah, but look at my result, look at my wallet, look at my bank account, look at my life, look at what is happening. How can you tell me it's not the case? Well, you gotta start thinking greater than what you see. Stop fighting the mirror and start changing what is inside of yourself, that thought, that belief, that perception. Start thinking in greater terms of possibility. And you will see, if you hold yourself there in that state of consciousness, if you don't waver, you will see life giving you new evidence, new reflection, and changing as you change. And this is the best way to be a powerful force for good in your own life. So stop fighting and start aligning your own mindset and inner world, and you will see the external world reflecting that. Thank you for watching this video, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comment. As always, if you have any questions, you can write them down in the comment, and make sure you hit that subscribe button to help me grow this channel. I will see you next time. Be well.